Lettuce Heads, it's me, Charlotte, from the Lettuce Podcast, and I guess the Lettuce Beats, but Lettuce Podcast, where we're from. So today, I'm going to be talking about the latest episode of Game of Thrones, Blood of My Blood, so Season 6, Episode 6. And I just have to talk just briefly about the very end of the last episode because we start from where that left off. So we start from Hodor's death and Bran and Mira running away while Hodor basically just gives them time to run and get away. And it was incredibly sad. And I guess what happens next with them really sort of gives you hope for their story, because that was just such like a Hodor was how Bran got around since he had his accident and just the idea that he wasn't there anymore. It was just like how Mira is tiny, she can't support him, you know, and it was just so sad. But so they're running, and then they're like, they found us, and Bran was in his, you know, vision state, I guess, and like all these visions are going across. Like you get a vision of the Mad King, like saying burn them all, and then you also see Bran falling, and then you see pictures of the Night King, and you got a little flashback of like a lot of little things. I think you saw Ned Stark as a boy too, so you got a lot of little kind of hints, maybe, I don't know. I'll have to watch it again to figure out if they really give you any kind of hints or things that you should be thinking about or stuff like that. But then they have like this mystery man on a horse ride up, and of course I see that guy and I'm like, that's Benjen Stark, and I'm like, yes, they brought it back. But then you realize they brought Benjen back as Cold Hands, which is not how it is in the books. But I sort of like this version. I'm glad that they're bringing Benjen back. I don't know if George R.R. Martin would, so it appeases me. I'm not, you know, some snippy book reader, so I was happy to see Benjen. It basically just seems like now they have this really awesome dude on their side, you know, like he is now, it seems like, a strong guy and knows how to deal with these White Walkers. So I mean, I think Bran and Mira are good for now. I think that there are some dangerous things in their future that they need to deal with, aka Night's King, but having Benjen Stark is literally one of the best things that could have happened in their storyline to make them more successful later on, right? So I'm very excited about that part. That was so exciting. And who doesn't like Benjen? I just love how he interacts with Jon in the book, and like just everyone. It just seems like he was so well loved, and he was clearly an amazing ranger, and that's probably why the Three-Eyed Raven took him under his wing and saved him. Like his whole like story there, like I think it fit for him. I really do. So then let's jump to Braavos. Now, Arya's story is something that I really haven't been that drawn to. The Faceless Men is just like, I'm not that interested, unfortunately, and I hate to say that because I truly liked Arya before she got into the storyline, and it was like she realized she couldn't be one of them now. It was just like, ding ding ding, okay, like I am not this person, I'm Arya Stark, I am not no one, right? And it was just a sort of a cool moment, like to see her change that. And I almost feel like just talking to that main actress that played Cersei, that like, hey, you should, you know, make it better. Cersei would fight, she wouldn't just cry, you know, and like just like talking to her, and it was just like, this person isn't bad. Like it was like, I think it was Marjorie's character of all people that wanted Cersei dead, or maybe Sansa. It was a redhead. So one of the actresses wanted Cersei dead, the actress Cersei dead, and it was just like Arya just couldn't do it. And even though she had already poisoned everything and everything would have been flawless if she just left, right? She steps in, stops her from drinking it, and then was like, that girl wants you dead, by the way. And it was just amazing. And unfortunately, the Jaqen H'ghar's waif, faceless girl, lady, resident bitch, I like to call her, she saw everything. Reported back to Jaqen, and Jaqen was like, well, take it easy on her, please. At least make it quick. And you know this girl's not going to do that. She has so much hate for who Arya is. And I think it's really just because she's from, you know, a house, like a high house. And it's just like, they said no one really like her has come through there, and that's maybe why she's struggled, because she does have such a sense of self. And I'm not saying someone like on lower caste would have not a sense of self, but Arya's proud of who she is, and she doesn't need ambition to be anything but what she is, because she's amazing. So, I don't know. I was really excited watching Arya pull Needle out of where she hid it under all those rocks, and then it looks like she's like hiding in like a sewer area, maybe? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. That's what it looked like to me, but I was just so excited that it was like Arya finally broke off. She's like, this is not for me. I am Arya Stark. You know, winter is coming. I don't know. So that was just fun, and I really liked it. I don't know. It made me happy just because I've really hated Arya's story for such a long time, and seeing her do this, just thank you. Alright, so then we go to Hornhill. Beautiful. You know, Sam's mother and sister are so nice and friendly to Gilly, and, you know, Sam was just happy, and then little Sam was so cute, and it just seemed like everyone was happy until Lord Randall comes. And Lord Randall is just like, looks like he probably has never smiled ever. Which, why wouldn't he? He has one, Sam, who's incredibly smart. Then he has one hunting son who's like him. Then he has a gorgeous daughter and a gorgeous wife, and all of them seem like they want to please him. I feel like that would make me smile if I was him. Lots of people wanting to make you happy. I mean, gosh. And it's just like, you know, he's saying all these mean things about Sam and dinner, and Gilly's like, you know, he's more brave than any of you. He's killed a White Walker, and his father was like, oh yeah, where did he do that? And she's like, north of the wall. Because apparently he hates wildlings. He went off a tirade. Sam didn't defend her when he was putting her down, which I was very disappointed in. Sam, come on. That's your lady. But Sam eventually grows some balls and realizes he's made a mistake by bringing Gilly here. His father's never going to change. This is how it is. And as much as his sister and mother are really great, he needs to take her away. I don't know if he's going to still go train as a maester, leaving with Gilly like that, because they don't allow women there. Or at least that's what Sam said. I don't know. So, the cool thing is, he grabs Gilly and takes Heartsbane, his dad's family Valyrian steel, which should go to his brother, I guess. Even though technically he's the oldest male, which means he would have gotten it, but then he went to the Night's Watch because his father forced him to, and it's just like, oh, whatever. So, it wasn't supposed to be his at this point. It was not meant for him, according to his father. But I like that, you know, he takes that sword, and it was really cute how he was like, I'm gonna take you away, we gotta go from here, and like Gilly kissed him. It was like so sweet. Like, they have such a pure love and respect for each other, and it's just very cute to me. Sam and Gilly all the way. Then we have this, a really hard scene to get through for me was at King's Landing. So you get Mace Tyrell, his speech, which was special. I liked Jamie just like sitting there like, are we done yet? Are we there yet? Can we like, you know, get on with this thing? And it's just like, Tommen is so malleable, he messed everything up, and basically having this huge army there didn't do anything because Tommen stood in front of the people saying, we're church and we're the rulers and we're working together. So church and state, I guess that, you know, what you would call it. But basically it ruined everyone's plan to squash this thing going on, and poor Marjorie is the one that converted him, and like she did look at when they came and it was almost like she was nervous. The only thing that I was confused about is her brother is still in there and he's still suffering, and I just want to know, clearly he needs to get out too, and that was one of their things that they wanted, so I don't think they're going to give up so quickly. They're going to do something. I was a little disappointed that they didn't have any bloodshed, and it was more just like a behind the scenes like power play kind of thing, like whatever. I'd rather see like some fighting and people get killed. Hopefully not Jaime though. But Jaime's leaving. He was sent off to Riverrun. He was stripped of his title as Lord Commander, which was just like so sad. I mean, Varys and Selmy left in a way more badass way, but I mean, Jaime still got to make out with Cersei before he leaves. I mean, it was sort of cute, I guess, if you like incest. But the thing that I'm excited about is that Jaime and Brienne might be mating up, because Brienne's going to Riverrun, Jaime's going to Riverrun, but the thing is, they're on opposing sides at this point, right? They're not going to want to work together. I mean, Brienne loves him, and I think he has like such a special place in his heart for her, but is there going to be some kind of Jaime-Brienne throwdown, or is it going to be like, oh, I love you? Because Jaime's clearly with Cersei. I don't know. We'll see. I'll briefly talk about Lord Frey. To be honest, I really don't care about him, but the only thing that I thought was interesting was that we did get to see Edmure, and basically his job was to also go to Riverrun, I think that's what happened with him. I don't know, I just hope Lord Frey dies and karma gets back at him, because my god, that guy is just, he's probably on his 30th wife at this point, something stupid like that. Yeah, okay. So then quickly we go to Dany. She gives her big speech on her dragon. Everyone's like, oh, we will go with you over the sea and kill whatever you want, and you will be the ruler of Westeros, but we don't really know what that is, so sort of cool? I don't know. She has a lot of speeches to like raise up people. I mean, they were following her either way, so like I don't really know why she had to have this big speech. It worked, but the thing I'm more excited about is who's going to help her get over to Westeros. I have no clue. And really, how is she going to react when she gets back to Marine? Like, things are completely differently from when she left, right? And that's gonna be a problem, I think. I think there are going to be some negatives. Then, you know, is she going to be interacting with her other dragons? I mean, we saw Tyrion let them loose from their chains. I believe that they're still down there, but you know, how is that going to be part of her plan? I'm interested to know, right? So that was Blood of My Blood, season 6, episode 6 of the Game of Thrones series on HBO. Hopefully you guys like this. If you guys actually like this, I'll probably try and make one for later episodes in this season. But if you want to email us any comments or just ask us some questions, nerd out with me, that's cool. You can email us at thelettucepodcast@gmail.com, and check out our podcast, The Lettuce Podcast. Check it out on iTunes, Stitcher. I think we have Podcast Addict too. We are on like pretty much everything, so check us out. And yeah, I think that we're good, and arugula later, y'all.